again, and thank you for joining Jeff and Jenny's Classic Restorations. And we're back to the Seat Ibiza 1.4. Today I'm just to have a look at the anti-lock braking system. As you know, the motor continuously runs, so I'm going to try and see if I can get the module off. I'm not sure what to do with it because I believe that you do have to recode that module to the car, so I may possibly go down the refurbishment route, send it away. But we'll see. I'll think about it, we'll see how it goes. So please sit back, and I do hope you enjoy this video and see how we get on. I just thought I'd show you this before I start on anything else. The switch here wasn't working. I don't know if it is the switch, I hope it is, but looking at it, it's filthy dirty. Just seemed a bit loose when it was in there. So I have bought another switch, which wasn't too expensive, so I'm hoping that this will be the problem. Now what I've done is, this is fairly straightforward. You just have to prise this off. I'll just use this tool here. It's not fully off, but I think there's just enough room in there to get this new one in. So let's see if we can get this on first, and then we can get the plug in. All it does, I think, it just slides up and then clips in. Just say taking the whole door card off to do this. It'll be a bit fiddly. Just getting it started up there. There we go, that's in. So hopefully that might just clip in. Hopefully. Yeah, right. Just need to push that in. Need to just straighten it a bit. There we go. It's one end, but not the other. Okay, bear with me while I get this straightened up and clipped in. So I finally got that in. It's just clipped up, just trying to get it square in there, and that's gone in. I plugged it in, and does it work? Well, half works. I've got a feeling this might be a European switch. So it does work. There was nothing before, but only works on this one side now. So the other side doesn't work. But never mind, at least it does work this side now. So what we need to do now is just try and get this back into place. Okay, so that's all now clipped back in again. So I'll have to live with this working like that. Yeah, so at least I have got a front window now, as before I didn't open it. So well, that will do for that one for now. Okay, so now we'll have a little look at this ABS unit up here. We've got the module here, the hydronic unit there, and the pump there. Now I did have this problem many years ago with, I think it was a Volvo, and they replaced the whole unit. Drove up the road for a bit and came back, or a few minutes later the problem came back. It kept cutting in, and it turned out to be a relay in the end. That was all, which I just replaced myself. But this doesn't have relays, I don't think, for this. I think it's all run by the module in there. But I'll just show you what happens. I've disconnected the battery here. I'll just connect it up again briefly. And the pump should run, which it isn't. So bear with me on this one. I'll show you this in a minute, but I'll come back to you. Well, there we go. It never works when you're at the doctor's, does it? But anyway, I've reconnected it. Now you can hear now back down there, the that motor is continuously running. Ignition is off, so the likelihood it is that module. So I'm going to try and take it off. I don't know what I'm doing, but let's have a quick look. Well, I don't know if you can see here. I can't very well, but you can see that little red clip there. Somehow that pulls out and that releases the harness to it. So I'll try and do that first. And if we come out a little bit more, just come over the other side. Bear with me. and then we've got some little hex bolts to take that out. Chances are I'm probably going to have to replace the whole unit anyway, and it will also have to be flashed to the ECU as well, so I might have to go down that route, but I might just have a look at this module first. I don't think I can do anything with it. Might be able to clean it or something, but I'll try and get that red plug out, and then try and get that module off. Well, I've tried to get the wiring harness out. It doesn't go as far as the instructions are concerned. You're supposed to slip the red switch down, which releases it. But what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to see if I can get this loose a bit. I might be able to get to it better. I doubt it, but we'll try. So I'm just using these E6 Torx bit rather. So just get these out. Okay, let me just get the rest. There's no one under there. Let me just get those out and I'll come back to you. Well, I've just got one more bolt to get out over here, and what an absolute nightmare to get this harness off. They're supposed to move this red thing up. It was stuck. I had to use a sort of lever thing to get it out, and then once that's down, that unlocks this plastic lever here then, which would just pulls it off. Absolute nightmare. So just going to get the one more bolt out at the end there, just down there, and then we can take the module off. Okay, that's the last one. And see, there we go. There we go. Have a quick look at it. There's all the solenoids. Whether there's anything wrong in there, God knows, but may have to think about getting another one of these. But I'll have a quick look at it and I'll get back to you. Jenny's going to have a quick check at it, aren't you, darling? What do you think? No? No, she's going to leave that to me. Well, at least I've got the part numbers and everything. I think I may have to go down the line of getting the replacement, and then possibly having to find someone with a Volkswagen Audi computer that can transfer the information from this over to the new one. But yeah, okay, well, it took ages, but we got there eventually. Well, it's now dark Saturday evening, a few days later. Been deciding what to do with this module. I did find out, or try and find out how much it would be to send off and repair, and I was quoted £225, which I don't know. He said he's had a lot of them in that have been failing too this week apparently. And I did also order a complete unit, brake unit, with the hydraulics and the pump. So that is on the way. Now if the very worst happens, I will have to pay to get this information on here transferred over to the new one. But I've been looking at this today, trying to see how this comes apart. I looked at lots of videos and everything. As you know, I'm no expert in any of this, but I have heard that a lot of the, well, some of the contacts in there can actually break. I don't know what it's like inside here, but these pins here, some of them aren't soldered, so over time they can just wear. I did plug it into the OBD2 reader, and it just said no information from the module, so it's possibly something in there. So I've looked at ways of getting this apart. I've tried prizing it apart. I'm not too sure how, if it is screwed on somehow, but most videos I've seen with this type of thing will have to be dremeled off, just gently cut around the line here, and then later on we'll have to rebond that with some silicone just to make it waterproof. So that's as far as we got. when I make a video, I do like to have a beginning, a middle and an end, and I didn't have any end. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to end with this today. I have ordered a new soldering iron. This one I've got here, it's cheap and nasty. I've used it for plastic welding as well. It's too thick on the end, so I've got an actual soldering station coming where you can actually adjust the temperatures, much thinner pins as well on the end there. So I'm going to go for this. I say there might be an easier way of doing this, but I don't know what I'm doing, but we have to learn by our mistakes, as I generally do. So I'm just going to gently cut around here, and we'll see what it's like inside. So I won't show you all of this, it's just have a gentle go around here. Okay, well, I'm just going to go slowly all the way around, not going to rush it, and then I'll come back to you once we've got this this back off. Okay, so I've gone all the way around. Some of it is kind of really stuck itself, but I'm just going to gently go around with this screwdriver just to break the lipper all the way around. We'll tidy all this up again later on if it is salvageable. And there we go. Well, to be honest, it's different to all the other ones I've seen, but I think we'll have to go around that with a magnifying glass. Just check everything in there. At first sight, it seems alright. Yeah, okay, I'm going to have to go over that one. Don't think it looks like there's going to be any soldering in there anyway, but I will check everything over, all these connections, and then hopefully we can get that back. I'll leave it as it is today. Not much I can do now, even if I did need to solder anything, and at least we've still got this to use if necessary, if I have to reprogram the new one. So I'll come back to you next time. Sorry there was no resolution to this, and we'll try and see how we get on next time. So until then, I'll see you soon. Well, there we go. You don't normally see us in the dark, do you? So Jenny's of course out here as well. It's her birthday today, 1st of October. She's 2 today, aren't you, darling? Yeah. So she's still out here sticking with me even at night. So sorry this video's a bit short, and we never actually ended up achieving anything, but I will go through that chipboard, circuit board, and if the worst comes to the worst, we'll just stick the new module on and get it reprogrammed. So until next time, you take care out there, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye for now.